As the space race continues between billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, as well as NASA, more and more man-made objects are being launched above Earth's orbit. Most of these objects are satellites that are sent into space for various purposes. Now, it appears that a newly launched satellite may be brighter than any other star in the night sky. Without further ado, here's everything you need to know about it. First off, scientists think a new annoying satellite could be brighter than any other star. Yes, you've heard that right. We're about to get a new star that could possibly outshine every other object in the sky except the moon. In fact, it's so big that its size is equal to a New York studio apartment, so that everyone across the globe can have access to the internet from space. In the past, a brighter object like this would have meant something completely different. Most of the people would think of it as a comet, which were harbingers of great or terrible news, as humans have whispered about it for millennia. But today, it's nothing like that. This new thingamajig isn't like any of those celestial wonders. Its massive antenna will have solar panels that will reflect the sunlight back to our planet in the middle of the night. Obviously, this will add obnoxious artificial noise to our favorite landscapes and obscure the views of the terrestrial telescopes around the world. It's called Blue Walker 3. The satellite has been developed using metal alloys and glass. The company behind its manufacturer is AST Space Mobile, a communication startup based in the great state of Texas that's the drier version of Florida, where everything is as big as this satellite. Even the AST CEO boasted about it on Twitter. Moving on, here's everything you need to know about Blue Walker 3. Blue Walker 3 is going to be launched from NASA's Kennedy Space Center. It's been folded over SpaceX's Falcon 9 reusable rocket. But when it gets unfolded in space, it'll be a flat, 693 square foot device with a massive antenna, which has been designed to provide free internet access to the people on Earth. You can't deny this project is impressive. It won't require the users to install a space dish and a router on the ground to get access to this internet. It's because AST claims that the patent portfolio and extensive IP will be the first and only cellular broadband network in space that'll work directly with unmodified standard mobile devices. All you need to do is sign up for the service and you'll get free access to TikTok on any 4G or 5G phone anywhere within its coverage. Obviously, this sounds wonderful if you don't consider the alarming consequences. Astronomers at the International Astronomical Union Center for the Production of Dark and Quiet Sky from Satellite Constellation Interference and the Vera C. Rubin Observatory think that this massive new communication satellite, like Starlink, will destroy our skies and disturb the celestial observations. And they're absolutely right. Of course, Musk has dismissed them from time to time, but you just can't ignore the negative impact of these constellations. What's more, it's only going to get worse from here. Astronomers believe that such a trend will only serve a bad example for the future. AST has been planning to launch more than 100 satellites into the lower orbit of Earth by the end of 2024. What's worse is the fact that most of them will be even larger in size than Blue Walker 3. They're called bluebirds. So you can expect to see a lot of brighter stars in the night sky in the not-so-distant future. This also means that even more sunlight will be reflected back on the surface of Earth. Besides this, Starlink has already sent over 3,000 satellites into space, and you'll be surprised to know that they plan on launching around 30,000 more in the upcoming years. At the moment, Tim Cook's Apple and Jeff Bezos' Amazon are also expected to include their own satellites to the mix, which will further crowd the already overcrowded space. The crux of this entire situation in the current version of the space race is that there isn't any possible way to make these satellites look transparent. They can reflect the sunlight so brightly that anyone who looks up at the sky can detect them easily. This means that astronomers will have to spend most of their time in the upcoming years in attempts to distinguish between the artificial satellites and other bright stars and planets in the night sky. Last but not least, here are our final thoughts on this annoying space race. These spacecraft are literally an appropriation of the public good. It's true that space isn't owned by anyone. It belongs to everyone. That has been the case for as long as we've existed. Allowing Bezos, Musk, AST, and the rest of the corporation to disturb our view of the universe with an unlimited number of satellites and enormous antenna just ignores a source of pollution that obscures the whole natural experience. Even the CEO of the European Space Agency has talked about Elon's intentions, saying that no doubt his dedication is quite impressive, but the world hasn't responded quickly enough about the possible consequences. AST, Starlink, and Amazon have tried to justify their their actions with the same claims, that they want to reduce the connectivity gaps faced by billions of people on Earth. It's true that the internet is a powerful tool, but these points are just a part of a flawed argument. These companies can use the same money to develop ground infrastructures to provide these services, and it can be more resilient than satellites. Yes, it'll require bigger investment and the profits won't be as big as they expect, but they can do it without destroying what's been with us for tens of thousands of years. Other related news. Let's talk about other interesting news. Starting off, NASA scientists launches a platform to track carbon in every tree on Earth. While a lot of companies are trying to build devices to suck carbon dioxide from the air, trillions of trees on our planet are already doing so. And now, a NASA scientist has designed a new platform that exactly tracks the carbon level in every tree on the planet. Called SeaTrees, it uses artificial intelligence to evaluate aerial and satellite data, as well as local data from tree inventories. This not-for-profit platform can also use the new images from satellites to keep track of the total carbon as trees grow or are lost due to fires or logging. According to Sasan Sachi, who's leading the projects and also works as a senior scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, these methods have close accuracy to the gold standards of on-the-ground measurements. This data will be useful for a lot of countries that are relying on the estimates of carbon amount as part of their Paris Climate Agreement commitments. Besides this, it'll also be crucial for the companies selling carbon credits for the protection or restoration of forests to convince their buyers that they're measuring the value of their work legitimately. Annual forest data, which will include the global and national figures, will be available to the public for free on the website. But the customers who want to get exact measures of carbon on specific projects will be charged a fee which has yet to be announced. Up next, scientists believe that Saturn's unusual spin is due to a mystery moon. Scientists at MIT have come up with a new theory which explains why Saturn's spin is unusual. The project team believes that the planet has been revolving at a 26.7-degree angle because it contains the remains of an old giant moon. They published their findings in a journal which also reveals that there could have been a massive moon named Chrysalis that orbited Saturn for billions of years. It might have become unstable and come near the planet around 160 million years ago, just to be destroyed by the host planet. In this way, the remains of the moon would have scattered in its ring, which may have destabilized its orbit. Besides this, scientists had long been curious about why and how the rings of Saturn were made from rock, ice, and debris. Now they believe that it could have been due to the ice that originated from Chrysalis. Last but not least, Swiss scientists believe that we're on the brink of finding alien life. Yes, we're not joking. Swiss scientist Dr. Sascha Quanz of Switzerland has made a bold prediction that humans are likely to discover alien life within the next 25 years. What's interesting is that his reasoning is quite compelling. He said that scientists have discovered over 5,000 exoplanets, and the numbers are increasing all the time. Exoplanets are those which are said to be potentially habitable with survival conditions like liquid water on their surface. He believes that by analyzing the atmosphere of these planets, we can get a clear picture of life there. Although the main focus of the James Webb Telescope is on the stars, it's already captured the images of a giant exoplanet. What's more is that two similar projects are under development, including extremely large telescope in Chile and Europe's larger interferometer mission to study the exoplanets for signs of extraterrestrial life. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on Blue Walker 3? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more amazing and exciting news. See you in the next one.